Welcome to Chemistry 1B example 10. This is a slightly more complex example where you're given three equations as stated here. So we have to calculate for the reaction. This is our target reaction here. We want to get the carbon and the hydrogen on the left, and we want to get the acetylene on the right. We're given three reactions, 1, 2, 3. So here we have acetylene plus 5/2 oxygen goes to 2 carbon dioxide and water, and there's the delta H value for that reaction. We then have carbon plus oxygen going to carbon dioxide with a delta H for that reaction, and reaction 3 is the reaction of hydrogen and half an oxygen to give us 1 mole of water in the liquid phase. How are we going to solve this problem? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to take equation number 1 and we need to reverse it. Okay, so we take equation 1 multiplied by -1 and do the same thing to the delta H value such that the delta H value now becomes a positive value. In order to get the carbon correctly, remember the target reaction has 2 carbons. We have to take equation 2 and multiply it by 2. Okay, so we're going to say equation 2 multiplied by 2, and correspondingly we need to multiply the delta H by 2 such that we get this value here. And we can leave the hydrogen reaction equation number 3 as is. So 3 would be as is. We can then add everything together. So we take everything together, everything that's on the left. So this will be the carbon dioxide, the water, the carbon, the 2 oxygens, the hydrogen, and the half an oxygen. That'll all be on the left hand side. So we've got 2 CO2 down here, 2 CO2, water liquid, 2 carbons, 2 oxygens, hydrogen, and half an oxygen all on the left hand side. And then if we have a look on the right hand side, we've got the acetylene, 5/2 oxygens, carbon dioxide, and the liquid water. So we've got acetylene, the 5/2 oxygens, the carbon dioxide, and the water. Okay. And if we look at what cancels, the carbon dioxide on the left-hand side of the equation cancels with the carbon dioxide on the right-hand side of the equation. The water cancels. The water cancels with the water. The carbon remains as is. So there we go. That's one of our targets. That stays exactly where it is. The oxygen cancels with that on. There's 2 oxygens plus half an oxygen is 2.5. Which means that cancels with 5/2, which is 2.5. So this oxygen and this oxygen cancels with that oxygen. Okay, the hydrogen is what we're interested in, and then we're left with the acetylene. So our final reaction is this one, 2 carbon plus hydrogen, giving us C2H2. All right, then we can just simply work with the delta H values now. So we've got this value here, this value here, and this value here. If we add them all together, we end up with our final value here, and we've worked out the delta H for this reaction using Hess's law.